Hello, hello everybody. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me. You will perhaps notice that yet again we've got a different colour background. I'm in great trouble with colour backgrounds. I've no idea why. But we've gone back to this one, and the problem is that whatever the colour background is seems to really throw whatever colour card I'm using. And I really would love you to be able to see the right colours, which, to be honest, you can right now. Now, today I'm not using any new dies. I'm using old favourites, and I just thought it's nearly Easter. We're all running out of time. And if you have got a few friends coming round, maybe it might be quite nice to just make them a little something, just a little something. And we're going to make a couple of little Easter baskets. I'm going to do them in two different ways, just depending on how you fancy what they come out like, and we'll have a chat as we go along. So the embellishments that I'm going to be using are the butterflies from the Wings of Wonder collection by Jamie Rogers, out last year, one of my favourites, and put that over there. And of course my favourite flower to date, not saying anything, just to date, and I don't know that it'll be my favourite flower for much longer, but this is Daisy Blossoms by, again, Jamie Rogers, and I have used that many times ever since it came out, and I've used it again today. But keep watching, because as I said, it may well be the last time that you'll see it for quite a while. So I've already cut both of those out, but I thought I'd show you what we're going to do. Now, I've already cut this one out because that's going to be one basket, but I'll show you in a second. I just wanted to show you from this one, this piece, how I actually cut it out. So it's very simple. I've got an A4 piece of card there, and that is actually, although now it doesn't look like it at all, I'll put that with it, it might bring it back a bit. It is a pink, carnation pink. So that is the colour card of it. And I'm going to cut out a piece of card to start off with. That is 6 inches. Yes, I'm using inches. 6 inches by 6 inches. Okay, so that is that. That's one piece. Then I'm going to cut from this bit that was left over. So this bit here is the full 8 inches, the length of the short edge of my A4 piece of card, and I'm going to put it into this, which is obviously my trimmer, but if you recall, my trimmer has the inches and centimeters and everything, just a few over to the right hand side as well. And when I'm cutting a small amount, I find that that really works well. So I'm just going to push this over to 1/2 inch, and notice that my blade is not the sharpest. Why is it it's so difficult to get blades for these things? So just going to cut the whole length of that to 1/2 inch, and that's that bit done as well. Now, I'm also going to cut myself out from this lovely pink daisy sort of paper, some other little squares. They're going to be 1 3/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch. So I'm going to just take one sliver there and then just cut 4 of these. So I'm just taking it to the 1 3/4 piece there and then just moving it along, just so that all the cutting is out of the way. And as I said, I'm going to do 2 very similar baskets, but one's going to be embellished in a different way, slightly different way. Whoops, hold on, can't get hold of it. Like so. So we've got 4 pieces now. Don't need that little tiny piece. 4 pieces that are 1 3/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. 4 of those. Okay. Now, with this piece, which is first of all our pink piece, I'm going to put it back in, and I'm going to bring this down because we don't need that. I'm going to use just my scorer. So that's just my scoring blade that I want to use on here. And I'm going to take my edge to 2 inches and then just score that. And then I'm going to move it along to 4 inches and score there. Then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So 2 inches and 4 inches. Now I am going to do the other one in a minute, but it's going to be different, as I said. So I'm going to pop that to one side. I'll also pop my brown pieces, cinnamon, this colour is, going to pop them to one side as well. So here is my piece of my 2 pieces, one which I've cut there and this one which I've scored then to 9 squares all together. Now all I'm going to do is take my long handled scissors. Now I've said this before, when I'm doing cutting along lines, I do find that that is the best thing to do. So I'm going to cut along the lines here, so along that score line, if you can see that roughly, to where it comes to the join here. And I'm just going to cut straight along up to that point, and also on there on the other side. And then I'm going to turn it completely around so that my cut pieces are now at the top. They must be at the top, not at the side. And I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to cut up there and up there. Okay. Grabbing my bone folder, I'm just going to then, on all of the pieces where we have put a score line, including that way round, I'm just going to then burnish all those pieces. Okay, so now we've got a square, and we have got all of the corners are sort of separate now. All right. Now I'm going to turn it over now, because I want to put on the decorations first. So I'm going to bring in my 4 little squares, and they are going to go into each of the panels that are on all of the 4 corners, like that. So the panels there are 2 inches by 2 inches. Now I knocked this off and I forgot to pick it up. Oh. And it squirted out. Hold on a second. I've got some new lighting in here, and oh my goodness, trying to get in amongst all of the bits in order to get it. And that's when I knocked this off and didn't realise I'd done until just a little while ago. I've also changed over my bottles, not that it ran out of ink either, but I wanted a slightly bigger nozzle. Just saying, that's all. I'm sure you're not interested whether I've changed my nozzle or not, but there you go. I've told you anyway now. Share all my secrets, changed my nozzles, changed all the rest. Okay. So, you will have seen lots of lovely creations that a lot have done over the last weekend. I'm going to, by the way, the people that joined in the challenge, I'm going to put them all together in a little album so that we can see them properly. So, yeah. Okay, so I have attached my pieces in all 4 corners. Now I'm going to turn it around the other way. Okay. I'm going to bring this piece up. Now I'm going to show you how it's going to go first. So I'm going to bring this piece up, and then I'm going to bring that piece across and that piece across. And we have then got the start of our basket here. Okay. But before we attach all of those, I'm going to then take my handle of my basket and attach that first. So I'm working on the inside of my basket. I've got that facing me, but I'm going to take my handle and I'm going to put a little dab of glue just about halfway and only down about 1/2 inch or a centimetre. I'm going to then put my handle over that bit there and just hold on to it for a second whilst it grabs. Okay, so that's going there. Then I'm going to pop another little bit of glue just about here. So it's over the top of there. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to place it so that, show you what I'm trying to do, so that this is sort of that triangular shape there. So it's more than halfway. It's more than halfway. I'm leaving about 1/2 inch on this side. Okay, done that. Bit of glue on there. And then I'm going to come back in with that piece and again leave it so that I've got a similar triangular piece here. Just hold that down. Okay, then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do exactly the same this way around. So here is my edge. So a little bit of glue just into the middle, more or less, and down about 1 centimetre or 1/2 inch. Bring my handle round over, hold on to it. So this is going to hide the mechanism sort of thing. Bit of glue there. Bring in this side so that it's about 1/2 inch off and that we've got this sort of triangular shape here. Hold on to that. Just give it a chance to catch. And then just hold on to it. And hopefully now you can see we have got this gorgeous, quite, I mean, considering it's a 6x6 piece of card, we've actually finished with a basket that is just over 4.5 inches. And in depth, we're going down to 2 3/4. So it's really quite a substantial little basket. So I'm going to make the other one quickly so that you can see how a slightly different version is. It's not finished. I'm going to finish it in just a second. So I'm just going to put that one to one side and bring in our other piece. Now, our other piece, I'm not going to cut out the little corners. I'm going to do something a bit different because to start off with, I'm going to put it into an embossing folder. Now, a lot of our followers joined me on a workshop last month in February, and they received this as part of their workshop because everybody that comes to the workshops online always have dies or stamps or embossing folders, papers and all the rest of it, and for enable you to make your projects and make them again, not just on the day. And this was one of our folders that we used. So I'm going to put my piece of card in there. Now it is fractionally too big, but I'm going to put it in so that it is just even both sides. There's just, as you can see, tiny little fraction, and because it isn't very much, I think it still works well. I'm going to pop that into my machine, and bear with me. And to run that through, and we've got another handle there which is the also cinnamon colour, so it's sort of like a brownie colour. Craft also works, craft card works really well with this as well, but I quite like this cinnamon colour. So as you can see, it finishes up with what looks a little bit more like a basket. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in my scorer again. Make sure the cutting blade is out of the way. And I'm going to turn it the other way. Now there's one side which is debossed, and I don't know if you can see it really, but that side to me is not quite so basket-like as that side is in real life anyway. So I'm going on the wrong side, and I'm just going to do exactly the same. I'm going to take my edge to 2 inches and run that along, and then again to 4 inches. Now, of course, because you've got a heavy pattern on here, this is a 3D embossing folder, just turning it around, doing exactly the same on the other edge, 2 and 4. It is a little bit more difficult to see, but it still works really well. I just pushed a little bit harder because you've got some areas that are embossed and some aren't. Okay, so I'm going to turn that over. I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm just going to do exactly the same, going up on those lines there and there, turn it completely around and up on those lines again to the point where it meets the next score line, so that you have got all of those panels. Might be easier for you to see that way, don't know. Either way. Then I'm going to emboss and burnish this. Now I have to be a bit careful because it's, you know, a bit bobbly. I mean, if you have got a basket weave type embossing folder, maybe a smaller one. I know various companies have done them, but they work very, very well. So we've done all our embossing. This is the right side. That's the side I'm going to be working with, and we're going to do exactly the same. So I'm going to push in my middle panel, going to pop a little bit of glue into the center here. I'll put a little bit more because we've got this sort of uneven surface, but I haven't embossed my handle, so I'm just going to hold on to that for a second. So they're all made in exactly the same way, apart from the fact that the other one has got the little panels decoration. A little bit of glue here. Fortunately, of course, it's dries clear glue, so bring that over a little bit like that. And then a little bit here, and hide that up and pop that there. Okay. I'm going to turn it around and we're going to do exactly the same. Let's pull those back. We want them out of the way. Little bit of glue into the center at the top of this. And just do that there. So what are you all up to at Easter? I hope one of your Easter plans includes catching up with me on Easter Sunday evening, because I've been saving something very special for you for there, where you will see not only, well, a beautiful card, I think you'll agree, but also two brand new dies. Yeah, two. Blimey, we'll be doing my own bundle, but they're all you know, really reasonable prices, so you're not going to break the budget with them. But and also one die that's not brand new. It's not one of mine, and I haven't visited it for a long time, so that's what we're going for there. So in terms of my baskets, you can now see that we've got two completely different, one which looks much more like a basket because we've got that kind of basket weave, and one which looks more like just a pretty basket. So let's do a little bit of decoration on these. Now, of course, this is where our lovely flowers come in. So I've cut them out from baby pink, and I've cut two sets, and I've cut them out from primrose yellow. So this one's going to go onto the pink one. This one's going to go onto the cinnamon one. And then we've also got one of the little butterflies, both in baby pink and also in cinnamon. Okay, so I'm going to make two flowers, so let's do two at a time. So I've taken the two largest ones and I'm going to alternate with the next size down. Whoops. Just hold on to those for a second. And whilst there, we'll do the same with here. So the two largest ones, a little bit of glue in the center, and then the next size down. As I said, these have been, I just love these flowers. They're so versatile and so pretty, done in all sorts of colours and different ways, which of course I have done. And then we've got those two sets. I'm then going to go, I think, with the smallest one. I'm going to miss out that second one size actually, and just put the smaller one in the centre. So nice sort of pastel spring-like colours for those. Give them a squash. And then bring in these two little ones as well. Don't need one on there. Got carried away. And then one on there and one on there, which I'm just going to hold down. And once that glue has just dried a bit, then I can manoeuvre them a little bit as I so wish. Let's put them to one side. And I'm going to bring in my basket. So let me just pull up the petals a little bit. So I'm just holding that middle bit so that that bit, which is where I put all the glue, is not going to move. So for those of you that are subscribers to the monthly card kits, the monthly card kit for April will be launched on April the 7th. But for those that have subscribed, you will be getting all the information about what it is. And it is an exclusive die to that workshop, to the kit that will be available. You as subscribers will all be getting the information over the Easter weekend, sort of Friday, Saturday, a little bit earlier than you normally would do because of it being Easter. So we will be getting that all out to you so that you'll be able to see, the first to see what it is. And if you wish to have it, you will be able to, you'll be getting your invoice. And if you don't wish to have it, absolutely fine. Just let us know and your invoice will be cancelled. But not until after the weekend, because there's lots of things to do over the Easter weekend, isn't there? So let's bring these beautiful baskets back in. All I'm going to do is simply put my daisies both sides. So don't need quite so much glue as that. It's a different type of glue. I must admit, it comes out a lot faster than I think it should do. Just holding on. So there is our beautiful little daisy that side. Pop it onto the other side as well. So you've got a daisy on both sides. And then we've still got room up here for putting a very pretty little butterfly, I think. Just going to put it on the body of it. Just going to put that on the handle. Still not quite finished, but almost. Bring over this one. So we've got a different colourway on this one. So this is the primrose yellow going onto the cinnamon. As I said, it would also look good on craft card, or a different colour brown, or all sorts. That goes on there. So that kind of hides the workings as well, really, which is quite nice. And just put that in. Then my little butterfly on the top. So as I said, these are sort of like, my sister's going to be amazed, because she's going to get one of these with her Sunday lunch. Now, I also have got some of this sort of shredded paper, and this is in sort of like a nice green. I did see two lots, and one lot was the most awful green. So I got it from Hobbycraft, and it was actually in their pack for making an Easter bonnet, I think, or something like that. That isn't going to happen. There's no Easter bonnets going on in this house. That the two together are probably a half of the packet, because I've made some more as well. So I've then put that in there. And then, now I have to say, I bought this really, because, well, I needed a treat. So I bought these. This is not an advert, although if Marks and Spencer's would like to give me a few packs, I'm sure I'll help them. But look at these. Don't they look gorgeous? And I just thought, a few in there. A nice little pack. Hold on, I'll show you in a second. Let's just... Oh, one's fallen on the floor. That'll be for the cleaner. I'll make sure I volunteer. So there's enough there in that packet to probably do about half a dozen. But, so there we've got, you can see it from the top, you've got these gorgeous little Easter baskets. Let's hold just one. You've then got this lovely little flower there as the decoration, and on the other side, nice size. As I said, I thought, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll try and make it a bit bigger. But do you know what? You don't really need to. Those little eggs, they're not the mini eggs. They are, you could make it with mini eggs, of course, but they are 1.5 inches long. So they're quite, mini eggs are only about half of that. And they look quite substantial, I reckon, don't you? 4 in there, be enough for anyone's after dinner. And that one, I can't decide which one I like best. I do quite like that one, actually, with the browns and the sort of primrose, as I said, much more of a spring-like one. But yeah, so there you go. Can't really show you them in all their glory, because it'll all fall out. Perhaps we'll show them like that, where they will fall out, but you'll get to see what they look like. Yeah, we'll go like that, shall we? Like that, so they're in the centre. So that is our little Easter basket. As I said, no new things there for you. I think there was still a couple of butterflies, daisy blossoms available over on the website, but in particular, just showing you a little something that you could do if you wish. But as I said, whatever you're doing over the weekend, I would very, very much like you to join me at 6 o'clock on Sunday, because I have got something that makes up for the fact that it's Sunday. Very exciting, very exciting. 2 new things, 2 brand new things of mine, plus another gorgeous thing from Creative Expressions, which I've not explored before now. So looking forward to showing you that on Sunday. And then next week, hopefully by the end of next week, but certainly by the 8th of October, we have got the restocking again. What on earth did you do with them all? The leaves. I thought I had enough to do a tree. But the leaves will be back in stock. My people, the suppliers, are absolutely, manufacturers I should say, are absolutely so good to me. I say to them on Sunday, I'd like some more of these, and yep, okay, we'll make them, we'll send them out, and they will be with you. Had it not been bank holiday, I think they would have been with me on Monday, but I think that it's probably going to be Thursday or Friday next week, because we've got 2 bank holidays, haven't we? So we've got the restock of the large leaves, the restock of the focal oval frames, and the restock of the square 6s. So lots coming in next week. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely evening. Hope you have a nice time over the weekend. And I will look forward to seeing you on Sunday, 6 o'clock. If you can't make it at the time, don't forget, it's always on YouTube. So you only need to pop over to the Maximum Crafts channel on YouTube, and you will find all you need to know there. And if there's any items that you want to have a look at, pop over to the Facebook group. That is us there, maximumcrafts.com, and you will find all the goodies. So take care, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Happy Easter to you all. Bye.